guys and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a top 10 drugstore favourite products or something like that. It's going to be my top 10 drugstore products that I have. I've got pretty much one thing from each section of the face. I've got like eyeshadows, brows, concealer, foundation, powder, blush, bronzer, highlight. I don't have any lipsticks. If you guys want to see like my top 10 favourite drugstore lipsticks, I might do that. Pretty much they're just sort of cheapy lipsticks, but yeah, I can still do that. And then I'm also going to do a top 10 high-end products, and yeah, I have more high-end products than I do drugstore, so I always try and use my drugstore products for you guys. I do have a lot more high-end products, so I might do like a top 15 or top 20 for my high-end products, just because I have so much. Let's get into this video. We'll start with the base. I don't have a favourite primer for my face, without that is drugstore. I have like favourite high-end products that are primers. But the foundation that is my favourite, that from the drugstore, is a 3-in-1. So it's like a foundation, primer and a powder. So it has the lasting, it's like lasting power and everything. And I didn't actually put a primer on with it today because I am wearing it today. But it actually is pretty good without a primer. I am a bit itchy though, so I don't know if it's the foundation or if it's just me today. But yeah, this is my absolute favourite drugstore foundation. I've only got 2 or 3. I've got 3 different types. I've got the Rimmel, I've got one Rimmel, no, actually I've got 4. I've got a Rimmel, a Revlon, a L'Oreal and this CoverGirl. And this is actually my favourite. It's like a high coverage, flawless face foundation. So yeah, absolute favourite. And I've used almost like 1/3 of it. No, 1/3 of it. There we go. I knew I'd get it eventually. But yeah, I absolutely love this foundation and it's what I use every day. It's what I've got on today. It's like my everyday chuck on foundation and leave the house if I want to look gorgeous. I do have like other chuck on foundations, but they're not that great. Then on to concealer. As you can see, my favourite concealer has been, the writing on it has like sort of rubbed off, but I know what it is. It's the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and it's in Fair, and it actually brightens up my under eyes quite nicely. I am wearing it today. I'm wearing not a lot of these things. I think these 2 are the only things I actually am wearing today, but that's because they are my absolute favourite. This concealer is great. I think I've got a backup of this. It's that awesome, but I got this from London, and I like used it on my Kentucky and just like almost actually I've used it up. I haven't really used much of it since I got home, but I used it every single time I put my makeup on my Kentucky. So yeah, it's just easy and non-fuss product. So yeah. Now going on to powders. This is my Australis on AC on Tour palette, and it's apparently like a Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, but not really. I don't have the Anastasia contour palette, so I wouldn't know. I love this. It's actually a lot smaller than I ever thought it was going to be. But yeah, I always use these 2 powders here to highlight underneath my eyes, except I didn't do it today. And I like this one here for a little highlight, and then I like this one here to bronze up my face. And I think this one in the middle would actually be a really good one for contouring. But I haven't used any of these 2 yet, so I can't wait to try them. I love this palette, and it's got so much in it that it's just a great all-around kit to have in your makeup. Now, to set my face, I usually use my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. because I usually go for a sort of flawless face that's like powdered and set because I have oily skin, so I don't want my makeup to like get oily and stuff. This is what I use when I like have like enough coverage on my my base that I don't want more coverage powder. So I just grab this, and it's actually quite a new powder, but I use it all the time now because I choose the foundation that I like want for the day. If I want like a full coverage, light coverage, medium coverage, then I'll just go for this powder. And it's quite good because it's like translucent, and you like put this on and then it doesn't change the color of anything or the look of anything, but it does on my cream blush. It does make it look paler, but obviously it would get paler throughout the day, so it's not that bad. And then moving on to a bronzer. That's 4 products so far. And then this is my bronzer. It's like the only drugstore bronzer I actually have, other than like the Australis palette, and it's actually my absolute favourite. It's such a big pan. It's like the size of my hand or my palm, but I loved it so much that I got a lighter one for my freelance makeup kit, and then decided that I loved this one so much that I was just gonna buy this brunette one for my kit as well and keep this one for me. So that's what I did, and I love it. So yeah, it's just a great bronzer. You can't really contour with it, but you can always try, and it doesn't look too muddy. Sometimes when you try and bronze and contour with the same thing, it sort of can look a bit muddy or a bit out of place. So yeah. Now, next product is my Makeup Geek blush, and this is in Smitten, and it's actually the only Makeup Geek blush I have in my kit personally, but I do have 10 other blushes in my freelance makeup kit, and I love them, and they're so powdery, so pigmented, just awesome for like a makeup kit. And you don't need to use that much at all. Like, I've used this like 3 or 4 times, and this pattern is still in it and everything, so yeah, they last a while. There is one that I really like, but I can't think of what it is, and it goes with every skin tone. This one's just a sort of corally colour, so it sort of doesn't go with everything. It just sort of goes with that sort of look that you don't want to blush, but sort of like a blush, or yeah. Yeah, and you can actually get them in like a pan as well, and you can just put them in a Z palette, and that's what I've got with 8 of mine. And I bought them all together. I bought 11 of them together, and I bought the palette as well, and I looked it up and only 8 could actually fit in the palette, so I just sort of decided which ones were going to go by themselves, and yeah, I just sort of stole this one. Now for highlighter, I love this Radiant Finishing Powder by NYX. They've got a sunny one as well, but this is just a brightener one, and it just gives that sort of highlight, like it's like a dupe for the MAC Lightscapade, and yeah, just makes you look like you've got like a perfect highlight on. It's not too powerful, it's just like an everyday perfect highlighter. And yeah, I think it was like $14 or $15. And then moving on to brows, these are 2 brow products, but I'm classing them as one because they're the exact same, and they're the Chi Chi High Definition brow pencils. One's in medium brown, one's in light brown, and I usually just will pencil my brows in if I'm like in a rush or something, and these are what I go for. They're great pigmented, they're got a great brush on the end, they're great colour for my brows. Can use the dark one on the outer part and the lighter one on the inner part, and yeah, they both suit my eyebrows. Can't really say much bad about it at all. Okay, and then Going on to eyes, I've got 2 more products left. First one is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And this is just a great eye primer. It's white, but it's awesome. I'm not sure if you can sharpen them yet. I'm sort of learning on that one. It's great, and it's just makes my eyes like have like a white base. If your eyelids do crease a lot, you will need to powder it or set it. So just like sort of feel that one out. But mine don't, so I don't powder mine. And I just put the eyeshadow straight over it. I love that product. I've had it for a while. When I do drugstore sort of looks, I use that as like my eye primer because I can't do an eye look without a primer. I use the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, but that's sort of not drugstore at all. So yeah, final product on this top 10 is my Chi Chi Bronzers palette. And this is the Chi Chi Glamorous Bronzers eyeshadow palette. And they've got quite a few of these. But this one is my absolute favourite because I love the colours in it. I'm a big like bronzers silver person. Yeah, I also like the nudes as well. Reminds me of the Naked palette. But this one I just love like the purple colours, the bronzers, the golds, the coppers. And I love the dark tones. It's got a highlighter in it. It's an all-round great colour, like palette. There are actually no mattes in this palette, so there's no real crease colour. It's like a cheap palette for what it is. And the formula of the eyeshadows is so buttery and creamy. They're just like high-end eyeshadows. So they're worth the price. So yeah. Everything here is under $30. So it's all affordable and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting, fun, different. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up so you don't miss out on my high-end version of this video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.